y'all? It's your boy Yankees fan for life, aka the Wrestling Kid, back with another vid. This vid is gonna be the answers to my Q&A questions that I uploaded on April 8th, and I'm finally gonna answer your questions. Before I get into that, really quick, one quick wing thing about the Edge video that I made yesterday. Now, y'all jumped down my throat because apparently Edge didn't find out about his condition or whatever until after WrestleMania. Okay, well, don't beat me up. Beat up beat up the article which was my source, which where I got my information from. Alright, Yankees fan didn't just make things up in his head and then make a video about it and state that it was fact. Alright, I didn't pull this out of my ass. The article is in the description box down below. I'm going to read it for you right now. It's a really short article by Justin LaBar. It's called Exclusive. More on Edge's WWE retirement and plans. This article is from April 11th. Earlier tonight, WrestleZone posted an exclusive report on details regarding WWE star Edge's sudden retirement. After speaking with several different sources, I can now confirm that Edge did seek medical advice and at least one doctor was in Pittsburgh, as WWE.com reports. As Edge mentioned in his speech on Raw, his neck is what is in question. The severity is such that any match could have been his last and caused severe permanent damage. So he knew about this before going in. I'm also finding out that Edge's health questions came into play when the WrestleMania script was being written. He knew about this. While the script was being written, this was known. Why would you keep the title on him if he already knows he's got problems? I am also finding out that Edge's health questions came into play when the WrestleMania script was being written. A Christian heel turn was heavily talked about and considered going into WrestleMania. But with the WWE aware of Edge's health, they went against turning a face such as Christian heel on SmackDown. Due to these factors, Christian remained a face at WrestleMania. This allowed Edge to walk away with the title, which has led to him getting to leave, in quotation marks, on top and having an appropriate send-off. This allowed Edge to walk away with the title, which has led to him getting to leave on top and having an appropriate send-off. To follow Justin LaBar on Twitter, click here. So follow his ass and curse him out, because he put this information up. I'm reading it. This is in WrestleZone, WrestleZone.com. I get a lot of good information off of here. I thought this was right. Maybe it's not. I don't know, but you people just left so many crazy comments on my page. That's ridiculous. And Nutty Rock Chick, you commented before you even watched the video. You just didn't like the title. So, whatever. It is what it is. I'm not kissing nobody's ass on Yankee Fans channel. You best believe that. Now on to the Q&A. Let me see. Okay. Fort Minor Project. You left me 3 questions. Now, these look pretty long. And I'm telling you, if your question is really long, I'm just going to do a whole video about it. So, kudos to you. You might get a whole video about your question. Because Yankees fans don't got a lot of time. You can only upload 20-minute videos to YouTube. If you had your own wrestling company, who would you have on your roster, and who would be your champions? Now, Fort Minor Project, you left me 3 questions. I think 2 of these are going to get videos. Question number 1 is, if you had your own wrestling company, who would you have on your roster, and who would be your champions? I don't know. I would have The Miz. He'd be my champ. Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin would be my tag team champs. And my mid-card champ would be Dolph Ziggler. if you could help TNA, and if I'll probably do a video on it with my own company and have a longer roster and stuff like that of people that you know of today or whatever. If you could help fix TNA, what would you do to help make the company better? There's a lot of things I would do. Maybe that'd be another video. For a short answer, I would fire Vince Russo. I would fire Jeff Jarrett. And then I'd go on from there. And that's a whole video in itself. What got you into watching wrestling? My pops, would be watching wrestling. I'd be sitting there, watching it and not really getting into it. Maybe it's like the late 70s. First thing I can remember about wrestling was Captain Lou Albano was the manager of Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoans. And all three of them are standing cutting a promo. And while Captain Lou is talking for these guys just like, and they're picking their nose and eating their boogers and scratching their hair. And I'm like, these guys are animals. Like, what the hell? These dudes are freaking animals. That's all I kept saying. These guys are animals. It was interesting and I got into it, you know what I mean? And ever since then, I've been a wrestling fan. This next question comes from Wrestling Rants Reviews. If you could take 3 of your favorite childhood wrestlers and put them against 3 of your current favorite wrestlers, who would they be and who would they face? Well, you kind of answered that right there when you said who would they face. They would face 3 of my current favorite wrestlers. Messing with you, man. Oh, and each match has to have a stipulation, ladder match or whatever. Well, to make this really quick, because I have a lot of other questions to answer, I would make every match a no-holds-barred match. And 3 of my favorite childhood wrestlers would be number 1, the Macho Man Randy Savage. Number 2, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. And number 3, Hulk Hogan's been overused, so Roddy Piper. Those 3 guys against 3 of my current favorite wrestlers. Who are my 3 current favorite wrestlers? The Miz, Chris Jericho, Alberto Del Rio. I would have Alberto Del Rio face the Macho Man. I would have The Miz face Roddy Piper. And I would have Chris Jericho. Since he already faced Roddy Piper, Chris Jericho would face Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. I'd like Mr. Wonderful to face like current, heavyweight muscle guys, kind of like maybe see Paul Orndorff versus Chris Masters. Chris Masters in his prime, when he was giving people the master lock and he couldn't break out of it. Not the jobber Chris Masters. You know what I mean? Okay, next question. And how much time does Yankee fan have to answer all these questions? Okay, I got about 2 minutes left. Might have to go into overtime, so let's see what's going on here. Oh my God, what's happening to the computer? Okay. This next question comes from my homeboy Variety Guy 88. Who's your favorite Yankees pitcher? Mariano Rivera. Of all time, probably Dave Righetti. Favorite rapper right now? Don't really have one. Of all time, I'd probably say between Jay-Z and Big Pun, Jay-Z. Wiz Khalifa or Lil Wayne? Wiz Khalifa's overrated, dude. They got one song, Black and Yellow. Lil Wayne, come on, man. Come on, Variety Guy. That's my boy. Okay. Next question. What do you think of the Red Sox going 0-6? Favorite Yankees moment? Being that they were 0-6, they're 0-6 on the road. Being that this question is from Human Killer 99, I'm going on to the next question. Daniel 1929 asks, who was your favorite Yankee in the 80s? That one's kind of hard. Not Reggie Jackson, because his last 2 years were 80 and 81, and those 2 years sucked. But in the 70s was Reggie Jackson. In the 80s, it'll be between Ricky Henderson, Dave Winfield, and Don Mattingly. Take out Ricky Henderson. It's a tie between Dave Winfield and Don Mattingly. That's really hard to debate. Um, Daniel also asks, what is your favorite cartoon of all time? The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The 80s Transformers, kids. Favorite breakfast cereal of all time? E.T. cereal. Yeah, son. It was the chocolate and the peanut butter mixed up together, and it was E's and T's. That was the most delicious cereal I've ever tasted to this day. Right now, I guess it have to be Reese's Peanut Butter Puffs, and because of the chocolate and the peanut butter. But yeah, definitely the ET cereal. Do you prefer hanging out at Fordham Road or 3rd Avenue? For y'all that don't know, Fordham Road and 3rd Ave are the like two biggest shopping centers in the Boogie Down Bronx. The birthplace of hip hop and the home of the New York Yankees and the home of your boy Yankees fan for life. And definitely Fordham Road. I was the man on Fordham Road back in the early 90s, kid. I used to have my own comic book shop up there. I used to pull so many phone numbers from girls on Fordham. Oh, Fordham Road's ridiculous, kid. And in the 80s, I used to cut school off through Fordham Road. Got too many memories. Fordham Road's bigger. It's better than 3rd Ave. What's your favorite pizza place in the Bronx? It's this one joint. The best pizza place right now is a joint on Fordham Road across the street from Dr. J's. I don't know the name of it. But the best place of all time is this place that when I used to, at lunchtime back in junior high school, I would go to this place. I don't even got time to get into it. That was the best place, but they shut that down. But the best place right now is across the street from Dr. J's on Fordham Road. And GoHand6425 said, who is your favorite wrestler of all time, and do you think Randy Savage will ever be in the WWE Hall of Fame? Macho Man Randy Savage is my favorite wrestler of all time. Do I think he'll be in the Hall of Fame? Yeah, just when, who knows? Yada yada yada. WWF Lives says, if you were spinning that, what would be the first thing you do? Woo, how much time do we have? If I was spinning that, the first thing I'd probably do is get a haircut. Second thing I would do is get a new wardrobe. Get rid of them V-neck shirts that used to be round neck. Get rid of them shirts with the wizard sleeves. You're not Merlin. You know what I'm saying? You want the sleeves close around your wrist, around your hand. Change the glasses, exfoliate, scrub all the grease and the dirt and the oil off your face, spinning that and get rid of all the pimples. If I was spinning that, that's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? Scrub my big nose, scrub my whole face, get rid of all of that, and try to look more like Yankees fan. WWF Lives gave me another good question, but I'll answer that last. J0 Thom 1 or Thorn 1? Looks like Thom. Sorry if I messed your name up. J0 Thom 1. What would... Maybe that Thom stands for Thomas, so maybe his name is J. Thomas. And that's... Okay, that makes sense. What would The Miz... Would The Miz be successful as a face champion? Yes, he would be successful as a face champion. Not now. Later on down the line, everybody's got to have a face turn later on. Will he be successful? Way later on. Right now, he's too good as a face. He's too good as a face. So, yeah, don't make him face right now. It wouldn't be good right now. Later on, yeah. WWF Lives is the last question. Do you know who the first black wrestler of all time is? Yes. It's a former slave. He was the elbow champion in the 1880s. Elbow champion, and he had another title too. I can't remember right now. His name was Vero Small. Former slave, Vero Small. He wrestled under the name Black Sam. A lot of people think the first black wrestler is Bobo Brazil. He's like the first famous black wrestler. But no, the first black wrestler in recorded history is Black Sam. Vero Small, V-I-R-O Small, former slave. So that's all I got. It's been your Q&A with Yankees fan for life, aka the Wrestling Kid. I'll see you back in another vid. Got nothing left to say except peace.